Hello and welcome to Avalon Analytics. We at Avalon assist with analytics, the popular term for statistics. Another popular term is data science. We do that too. The title of the video is Tarnow Beats Watson. I am Tarnow. Watson stands for Watson Analytics. When we present our services to a potential customer, we are often asked what we think of Watson Analytics. And at that moment, I detect a special kind of glare, something suggesting trust in a higher being. Good marketing can do that to you. We want to present an antidote to allow our potential customers to get back to reality. We want you to hire us, smart people who know our stuff, and not rely on Watson, a computer in the cloud who doesn't know its stuff. The marketing message behind Watson Analytics is that a new world awaits, which will redefine the relationship between man and machine. It is being sold as cognitive analytics, a higher kind of being that just figures out what it is that the data scientists should focus on. It's a Spock for Captain Kirk. But that's marketing. Let's find out what the reality is. I tested Watson on two public data sets that I have been working on: Fannie Mae mortgage acquisition data and Medicare provider payment data. I downloaded the mortgage acquisition file from Fannie Mae, and my findings are included in our blog at AvalonAnalytics.com. The link is on top of our homepage. I found several interesting things. For example, one can view the mortgage data as consisting of two groups of people with mortgage ratings differing by 100 points, and yet these two groups are given the same interest rates and loan amounts. Strange, isn't it? During the mortgage crisis, the number of people in the low score group increased somewhat, but after the mortgage crisis, it decreased a lot. That makes sense. The number of single borrowers in the low score group keeps increasing throughout the mortgage crisis and is now at 12%. Isn't that strange? I also found out that when there are two borrowers, the difference in credit scores is not normally distributed. That is also interesting. So there is plenty to find in this dataset. What does Watson do with the same dataset? I uploaded it, and a few minutes later, its first response was that the quality of data was 56%. Really? It seemed pretty close to 100% to me. I clicked on the data icon to find out what Watson found. It finds 6 starting points. The first one states, what are the values of borrower credit score and co-borrower credit score by property state? I clicked on that. What happened here? Watson aggregated the credit score, a parameter that is not supposed to be aggregated, and the result is nonsense. Watson also tells us that the lowest total borrower credit score is $3,260. Complete nonsense. Notice the capitalizations. The names of the parameters are the names of the imported data columns. That the capitalization is incorrect suggests that Watson has no idea what the words in the data titles mean. It also doesn't know what the data represents. It just takes a bunch of columns and then tries to find numerical relationships between them. One can certainly set up a system to do that, and people have, but these systems are not considered that smart. The second starting point suggests that I look at the trend of debt to income ratio over year, parentheses, first payment date, and parentheses, by channel. I take a look at it, and I am not sure what the point is. Since Watson does not understand the column headings, it is not surprising that the horizontal axis label is gobbledygook. It's also not surprising that Watson finds it important to report to me that 1 is the lowest average debt to income ratio by first payment date, parentheses, 2002-1-20, end paren. I guess I really wanted to know that. I then click on what drives LTV, and I find a spiral that is hard to read for mere mortals. On the right, I again find the lowest total borrower credit score. This time, it does not have a dollar sign in front of it. I then click on the drivers list link, and I get something that is so faint it's difficult to read. Why would I even bother? What is going on here? Did anyone actually debug this software? Because Watson is software. It's not a cognitive engine in the cloud. It is just plain software. This brings me to the second dataset I wanted to try: Medicare providers and their aggregate charges. I used this dataset to create a website listing the relative cost of doctors, and the website is called costofdoctors.com. Watson, however, is still processing it. It's more than 2 weeks since I uploaded it. So Tarnow beats Watson. In fact, any data scientist would beat Watson. And Watson is just software, not the guy in the cloud who knows everything. That's all from Avalon Analytics for now.